Spider van. Spider van does whatever a spider van does. I think this van might be infested with spiders too. So this Grand Caravan came in for cheap, and apparently it wasn't running, so I decided to give it a boost. So I managed to get it running. The mileage is a little bit high. I think it's 270 something, 270 kilometers. It's a little bit high, but I've seen worse. And it's the 25th anniversary edition, so I guess that makes it a 2009. And it has the reverse camera, and I think it actually has a bigger screen than the Journey. This one also has an entertainment system in the back, a DVD player for the kids. Now the traction control and the ESP light was coming on, and the tailgate indicator is staying on, and the power door locks are not working, I don't think. So it's gonna need a little bit of TLC. I like it though because it actually has a transmission dipstick where the Journey does not. And I think the 3.3 is a good old diehard engine personally. Where I sort of researched it a little bit, and I heard about this. I don't know if it has a computer built in or a circuit or something, but apparently it's a common issue. And there is a part number there, so I think it may have been changed once previously. That there. And I opened it up just to see what's inside there. And I found a jumper wire. I think this is a jumper wire, this purple one. It looks like they're going from this to this. And I was just checking stuff out here. If you look at them, they all have these shiny solder balls in them, and this one does not. So I think this one here might be blown. Oh man, the black flies are starting to come out. The joys of spring here in Canada. Anyway, I followed the road map, and this one here is for the traction control EPS, which is the light that was coming on the dash. So I figure this will probably fix the problem, because I'm pretty sure that fuse is blown. So there's the bad one on the right, and on the left there's, I believe it's a good one. So I think the shifter cable was a little bit sticky, because I would put it down and drive and it would sort of return a little bit, and it was a little bit springy, and it wouldn't go all the way into park. On the indicator it would show reverse, so I knew that the neutral switch wasn't returning, and that also wouldn't allow it to start, because the computer won't allow it to start in reverse if it thinks it's in reverse. So I simply lubricated the shifter cable and the shaft on the transmission, and so far it seems to be okay. It's going into park. Just a bunch of little things from sitting over the winter, I think. This vehicle has 4 cup holders in between the front 2 seats alone. Has 4 cup holders, and I believe it also has cup holders in the door pockets as well. Oh wait, 2 more there. There's 6 right here. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. So if you include the door pockets, there's probably like 8 cup holders in this vehicle. That's pretty cool. The screen is actually bigger than the Journey, even though this vehicle is 3 years older. It is the Grand Caravan. It doesn't have the transponder key like the Journey. It actually has one that you stick in the dash. But this is pretty neat. This is nicer than the Journey. Really nice owner's manual and warranty stuff. The tailgate is closed, and it appears, I checked it and I made sure it's latching and everything, but it appears that the computer doesn't realize that it's actually closed. It goes out after a while. I'm not sure if the interior light is going to be draining the battery. The interior light is turned off here manually all the way down, but I'm hoping that this might solve two issues if I can solve this, because the power locks don't do anything. The alarm works and the key fob works, but the doors are not actually locking. I've checked the tailgate. It opens, closes, and it latches. However, I think it's out of alignment because the gap here is like almost non-existent. The gap on the passenger side is much more substantial, and it's actually pulling a little bit to the side when it's closing. So I might just realign the hatch or the latch and see if that helps. The hinges are adjustable at the top here, so I've loosened these two here and I've actually pushed it forward a little bit. Spider van. I think this van might be infested with spiders too, but that's another story. Seems like dirt likes to collect here for some reason. I was gonna mark it around the hinge point, or around this here, so I could see when it moves and how far it moves. Oops. But you can sort of see, I knew the dirt would speak for itself. You can see I moved it ahead here about, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch. So I've shifted the tailgate ahead, and I'm gonna tighten these down and see how she looks after that. Okay, so the gaps are a little bit better, and it closes a lot better already. So these gaps are, this one's a little bit smaller, and this one's a little bit bigger, but they're almost matching now. The tailgate is closed, but it appears that the computer doesn't realize that it's actually closed. Inside the tailgate of the Caravan, there's an inspection panel. There's a little cover here that pops out right underneath this trunk light, so I popped it out, and there's some wires. I think these two are the power lock, the green, and I think the purple, I think they're the door open switch. So when the latch is open, it tells you that the gate is open. So I tried aligning the tailgate and the latch, and I could not get the light to go out. So I think this sensor, or this switch, there's a switch in here. I've unplugged it. So I think this switch is faulty inside of the latch, or maybe it's just sticky. So I've unplugged it there, and that seems to work. I know it's not a proper fix or a permanent fix, but it seems to work. There's a switch that tells the vehicle that the latch is open. So after unplugging that, there's no more tailgate warning. So that's good, because I think it was draining the battery having the tailgate open, and the interior light switch was constantly off. So now I could probably turn it on, and previously the light was staying on because the tailgate was open, and now it's, when you close the door, it goes out. So that's good. And I don't think it's necessary or mandatory to remove the latch, but I took these bolts out, and that made it much easier to work on the inside, and it gives you a little bit of room to pull it out even when the wires and cables are still connected. There appears to be one warning light for a low tire indicator, but I'm pretty sure the tires are pumped up, so it might be a dead pressure sensor, possibly. I'm not too concerned about that. I thought maybe the tailgate indicator, close the door. Power locks don't work. The alarm works, And the keyless fob sets the alarm and everything, but the locks are not locking. So maybe it's another fuse, perhaps. I'll have to look into that. I guess it's a separate issue. It's from the tailgate. So I decided to look into the fuses again, and I located the power lock fuse. As soon as I pulled it out, it was corroded, and I believe it's blown. The element in between is burnt out. So I'm pretty sure that's the problem with the power locks. I'm glad it's nothing major. I think it's gonna be this one, M38. M38 it says lock unlock. So it's right here. It's a 25 amp. It was a little bit corroded, the one I pulled out, and there is a little bit of corrosion there, so I might blow it out or spray it. Oh my goodness, do you think it works now? Yep, works now. Previously I was just getting the horn, but the locks weren't actually locking, and now they are. Hey, it works. Unlock, lock. Awesome. Oof. So I got a handful of extra fuses from the Power Wagon. These keys are so weird.